The President, Ghana is now the most attractive tourist destination in West Africa. Just 2 years ago, it was Gambia and Senegal. Today, we are number one. It was projected that this achievement will be done in 2026. Under the leadership today, Ghana is the most sought-after place to come as a tourist.
The President, Nana Akufo-Addo, said tourism holds great potential to national development, and with the needed effort, it will be integral to economic development.
Ghana stands at a critical juncture, poised to unlock the true potential of its tourism sector. Let us seize this moment and embark on a collective endeavor to make Ghana a world-class tourist destination, a place where nature and culture intertwine, where dreams are realized, and where the can-do spirit of the Ghanaian will flourish. I'm tasking the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture and the Ghana Tourism Authority to ramp up their promotional activities to achieve the target of 2 million international arrivals by 2025. This will result in corresponding earnings of some $4 billion United States dollars to the national economy.
Ghana's tourism reached more than 1 million international travels in 2019. Though COVID-19 made a dent in the sector, it is on a rebound, increasing from more than 355,000 international travels in 2020 to over 623,000 in 2021 and 914,000 visitors in 2022. The Pediatrics Summit.
Let's also stay a bit longer in the Eastern region. The Inspectorate Division of the Co-Operative Office of the Minerals Commission has organized a sensitization workshop for limestone miners and other stakeholders at Klo Begoro in the Yilo Krobo district of the region. Amongst others, the workshop discussed conflict resolution approaches and outlined procedures for acquiring mineral rights.
The focus of the seminar was obligations of mineral rights holders on land ownership and environmental impact mitigation, what landowners and lawful occupiers need to know. Established in September 1986, the Minerals Commission is responsible for the regulation and management of the utilization of the mineral resources of the country and the coordination of policies regarding them. The Commission also advises the sector minister on matters relating to minerals. The workshop was held at Klo Begoro because of the number of quarry companies in the community. Responding to complaints about blasting at the quarry sites, the Eastern Regional Manager of the Minerals Commission, Mr. Desmond Boahin, outlined measures that have been put in place to ensure safety.
We have what we call seismometers. They are equipment or instrument we use to measure ground vibration, which can help us to really have a technical assessment of the amount of vibration or the energy coming from the blast.
A resident of the community, Mr. Daniel Tay, urged mining companies in the community to fulfill their corporate social responsibilities. He said some activities at the mining sites have become a worry to residents.
A community where Gassen is mining, they were taking the raw material from to Tema. And then they were not able to build a clinic for the community. The community is lack of we don't have any potable water to drink.
Companies operating in the community include West Africa Quarry Limited, Love Enterprise, Ejapa Ado Limited, AJ Feng, and Ter Quarry.
Now, on to some unfortunate news yesterday. 16 people are found dead and several others injured in a gory accident at the Gumocho-Kro Road on the Accra-Cape Coast Highway in the central region. According to eyewitnesses, the accident occurred after a head-on collision between a fuel tanker with registration number WR2063-10 and a U-Tongue bus with registration number GT 5866-L at about 5 a.m. yesterday. The bus was traveling from Abidjan to Budubram, while the tanker filled with petrol was heading towards Takoradi from Accra. A passenger told the Winneba Fire Station that the U-Tongue bus driver occasionally veered off his lane all through the trip. The fire service commander explained that some of the passengers on the Yutong bus were dismembered. Meanwhile, the service has conveyed surviving passengers to the municipal hospital nearby. The two vehicles involved in the accident have been towed to a safe place to ensure free flow of traffic on that stretch of the road. Let's take you to the international front now. In Nigeria, many fuel filling stations in Nigeria have astronomically increased prices of petrol to about 200%, while others have stopped selling altogether. This follows the president's statement that he will remove a decades-long subsidy on petroleum products. The first full day in power of Nigeria's new president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has sent people panic buying amidst fears of a drastic rise in the price of petrol, which should be sold at the regulated price of 185 naira per litre.
In his inaugural address on Monday, President Bola Tinubu said the subsidy was gone, but gave no time frame for any further details of this major policy move. His team described the panic buying as needless, as the policy will not take immediate effect, but rather at the end of June. The move by President Tinubu is to ease pressure on government finances. Some argue that ending the subsidy will increase the cost of petrol and hit other prices too, at a time when inflation is already high. Meanwhile, Nigeria's state-owned oil company, the sole importer of petroleum products, has assured the public that it has enough supplies, but this did not prevent the panic buying. Reports say some drivers of private buses, which many Nigerians rely on, have also been unable to fill up their vehicles, leaving several people stranded at major bus stops in the capital Abuja and the country's biggest city, Lagos. President Tinubu said subsidizing fuel could no longer be justified and that the funds will instead be spent on public infrastructure and to improve the lives of people. But the subsidy has long been seen by many Nigerians as one of the few perks they receive from the state. The last attempt to remove fuel subsidy in Nigeria was in 2012, which led to a nationwide protest, and the then President Goodluck Jonathan had to perform a policy U-turn. So far, spokesman of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Mr. Ukadike Chinedu, says it does not support President Tinubu's plan and is urging the new government to begin a dialogue before implementing the decision.
And South Africa has granted diplomatic immunity to officials attending the BRICS summit scheduled for August 2023. This means Russia's President Vladimir Putin will attend the summit despite a warrant issued by the International Criminal Court (ICC) accusing him of crimes against humanity committed during the war in Ukraine. The Russian president was invited to the gathering earlier this year, and South Africa was expected to arrest him if he attended. A foreign affairs spokesperson of South Africa said such immunities were standard for international gatherings and did not override warrants issued by international tribunals. South Africa has refused to condemn Russia's invasion, insisting it wants to remain neutral. When questioned on whether the Russian leader would attend, a Kremlin spokesperson said Russia will take part at the proper level at the upcoming summit in South Africa. The BRICS alliance is a representation of some of the world's leading emerging economies, including Brazil, Russia, China, India, and South Africa. And it's time for us to bring you a Wednesday weather update. If you're in Accra, well, I don't know if it's all over Accra, but on my way to work, it was raining. So let's find out if it's all over Accra and across the country from our weatherman. He joins us on the phone line, Frederick Kujo. Good morning, Frederick.
Good morning, Mount.
Well, it's raining. Is it going to rain across Ghana, Tamale, Kofreidia, or just in Accra?
Well, it's been cloudy and then a wet morning this morning over places over the coast. But then we expect that this condition will persist into the early hours of the afternoon.
Right.
So most parts of the country will be under cloudy conditions with some pockets of slight rain this morning. We don't expect the rain to be heavy. However, temperatures are also very low, about 25 degrees Celsius. We expect a rise during the afternoon hours to about 32 degrees Celsius due to some sunny breaks that will be experienced.
Right. Hello, Frederick. Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. I lost you for a bit, but go ahead.
Mitten fog patches are seen over areas over the forest and then hilly areas this morning. So mostly for today, it's going to be cloudy with some sunny breaks during the afternoon hours and then pockets of slight rain. And there's so much rainfall activity within the country. From late afternoon to the evening, places in the eastern border city regions are likely to have some rainfall activity.
Right. Thank you so much, Frederick Kujo, giving us a rundown of how Wednesday weather updates will be like. He did say cloudy weather conditions across most parts of the country and in Cape Coast as well. I did hear him mention, bringing us to a wrap of GTV Breakfast News. You can log on to our website, gbcghanaonline.com, where you can get more hot trending news. Well, up next is BFS Clinic. We're looking at nutrition and healthy aging. Also, social media corner will come your way. I'll be back at 7 with sports. Road to 1 million followers on our social media handles. GTV Ghana on Facebook. Go there and follow us and share the page as well. I am Multi Saida Sadek. Stay with us.